in towns and cities in North America, in the U.S. and Mexico, also in Canada, that have had the outbreaks of this deadly flu. This flu is killing people. That's confirmed. As of this morning, 68, BBC saying it could be more than 200. Doctors are saying in reports on BBC. It's, again, up on Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. But I'm going to give you this number for folks in Mexico. Mexico and the United States. If you directly are seeing this in your town, or I want to know about the martial law going on in Mexico City and other areas, here's the number, 888-201-2244. 888-201-2244. 888-201-2244. We are live. It is the 25th of April, 2009 at 8:27 and 45 seconds Central Standard Time, because we're going to post the MP3 of this at Infowars.com, and we're going to post for free the PrisonPlanet.tv archive of this. We're just live right now for PrisonPlanet.tv members and viewers. We're going to post this for free for everybody, so it gets out to everybody after the show tonight at Infowars.com. I appreciate Kurt Nemo on Saturday night coming in to do this. I appreciate Jaron. I appreciate Aaron Dykes and Rob Jacobson and the team. We have a limited team, and they really never seem to get off now and be able to have any time off, because there is just so much going on these days. And I appreciate my wife as well, but she's certainly concerned about this. Okay, there's a lot of other facets and news I need to go over, but we are opening the phones up. Again, I only have one person in there tonight. Normally, this is a three-man job to take your calls, get your name and where you're calling from, run the TV version and the radio version. We got one guy, Jaron, in there doing it all, and I want to commend him for what he's doing, his dedication. One of the other guys was moving today and had all the stuff packed up in a truck, moving to another apartment, so he can't be here. And Paul Hartman is in San Antonio visiting family. So he's down there where they have confirmed cases of this bird flu, so we'll pray for him. Okay, so let me recap the top information, then I'll get into detail on articles and go to your calls. It is extremely rare to have a zoological virus that jumps into humans to begin with. Then it's even more rare to have it be a dual zoological virus jumping into humans in the same viral envelope or in the same organism. They debate whether a virus is an organism or not. It's almost like a computer. They can, it reproduces, but they say it's not really alive. The point is, it's data. It goes in and programs DNA. And to have it be swine, pig, porcine, pig, bird, and human, and then when those three mutated together, to have it be able to affect humans. Normally when something's zoological, it makes it a lot harder for it in its mutations to ever hurt humans. There's tens of thousands of diseases out there humans can't get. There's very few animals that get the same disease, the same pathogens humans do. Like leprosy in North America can only be transferred by one animal. It's very hard, and that's the armadillo, to humans. But anyways, I digress. The point here is this is very, very serious, folks. And I'm now saying that it's probably a government release, saying that it's probably some type of government test tube release doesn't mean it's going to continue to be a major pandemic and that it won't mutate and stop killing people. More often than not, they do test balloons. Kurt Nemo called me right before I went on air and said he found a document about the Navy in South Texas doing flu spread scenarios out of Mexico. And that's been done in these dark winter scenarios before. FEMA's coming up with a drill on that later in the month and into next month. We've been covering it in detail. Also, the Army reports another virus that got snuck out of their facilities a few days ago. So we've been covering this all week. We don't normally even get into this, and I've been really hot and heavy saying I'm seeing a lot of indicators. I'm seeing a lot of chatter, a lot of dots being connected here. And I said, I'm on record, that I believe bird flu scares or actual bird flu attack. A bird flu scare is a precursor to them a year from now, 2 years from now, really doing it. Army, 3 vials of virus samples missing from Maryland facility, Fort Detrick, Maryland, same place they launched the weaponized anthrax attacks from. It is the Venezuelan equine encephalitis, similar to what the government released that can kill humans in Australia last year, and they got caught releasing it. They get caught, and it's just barely a headline. Now, that's CNN. So we've got that. Now, remember, the last time, this is another big issue, the last time they had a bird flu scare, they tried to inoculate a bunch of people with experimental shots that had nothing to do with even the pathogen that people, the virus that people are getting sick from, but folks still line up and take flu shots, even though the last 6 years, or is it 7 years? I know they missed again last year. The viral spectrum, it's several different viruses they come up with that they guess the mutations will be the next year, so they got to guess the mutation. It hasn't been the big flu that kills so many people. I mean, it never works, and it has mercury in it, and it's tied to Alzheimer's, and that's mainstream news. A shot-in-the-dark swine flu vaccine lessons, Washington Post, and I just thought I'd mention that because, remember, the swine flu vaccine in 76 and 77 killed a bunch of people, and the government admitted then it caused Gilead's Beret's autoimmune situation. So we don't want that to happen. There's another flu strain U.S. officials are tracking. Again, this was from Tuesday when they were tracking the swine flu, but saying it was no problem. And now you know what's going on there. Okay. Do we have any callers from Mexico? Jameer in Mexico. Let's go to Jameer. And then I got more coming up, and I'll recap everything. But this is calls from Mexico. Jameer in Mexico. Thank you for calling, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Hey there, Alex. Well, I just moved down here a couple of months ago, and I'm actually from Texas. And right now what's going on is that they're pretty much closing down what's Nuevo Leon and Tamaulipas, which are pretty much border states here in Mexico. There's military police, and there's also government officials from hospitals in the bus stations and in the airports. I don't know about Mexico City. I really don't want to go there. Just pretty much I've been staying here up north, and we've been thinking of going back to the States right now.
Yeah, out of the fire into the oven, as they say. Yeah. Can you specifically, as an eyewitness, email Kurt? That's his new email, right? Kurt at Infowars.com, correct, Jaron? Kurt at Infowars.com, Jaron? Anybody in Mexico, anybody in Kansas, anybody in San Antonio, anybody in Canada where they've had outbreaks of this, but especially in Mexico, the epicenter, be sure and email Kurt at Infowars.com. We'll create a page today and tomorrow as those come in with your eyewitness reports. BBC's doing the same thing. What do you think of these reports in the BBC that medical doctors in Mexico City are saying that the death toll is over 200, not 68?
Yeah, I would believe that because here pretty much, they don't want to alarm people. They suspended classes down here on, I think it was 34th or 23rd. And there's been on TV, they've been saying, calm down if you have any of these, coughing, that kind of stuff. Go to the hospital. I've been watching TV. There's people lining up in the hospital checking themselves, but they're not wearing anything, and they're pretty much close together. So if somebody does have the swine flu, it's good, those people that weren't affected.
Yeah, it's a great place to catch it is the hospital. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly.
Just crazy. So there's a lot of panicking going on, which can create kind of a stampede to go to the places where the virus is floating around. Terrible. Let me bring this up to you, and then I want to get your take on it. Mexico flu, your experiences, BBC.